And ever since I sentenced my part to 15 years, no, me who a lot of opinions on social media, me who a lot of declarations on social media, some by Yebra Pin and I say Papa Captain Smart, and others by Queen Afia Schwar, Yester, and I say Mami Afia Schwar, and some of them are surprising, mind-blowing. And I'm like, who is informing them? I Gossips 24. Mesro. So be near subscribe button so. Na click about notification icon. Na make for Kebab Masters and Ediama. Or your birthday party, or your outdoor, or your engagement event. Be all you be on contact Kebab Masters. On my best summer. Was so one or contact Kebab Masters. On best server with and Papa. Come on. I'm a bosso. Adjo. I'm a witch. I wouldn't speed a day. No. Uta we no. Naka say. And now Thursday. 3rd of July 2025, and he has sentenced my part to 15 years in prison. Mama, the background story as to how my part finding herself, I was circuit court 10. Child is saying, my part, my chemacho, Sabako, charlatanic advertisement, yeah, the bomber parts. And a child back also defrauding by false pretense, yeah, the bomber parts. Under charlatanic advertisement, you finding my part guilty of 1 count. There's how 1 count, sentence by HSMR part, you're finding the 25 penalty units. Every single penalty unit be 12 cedis, 12 times 25, and that's 25 times 12, and about 300 Ghana cedis. Some part 8 to me to us are fine now. And over that prison. And they 1 under charlatanic advertisement, and they find Mama part guilty. And a second charge, you're finding Mama part guilty of 2 counts. So 2 counts, under charge your friend with defrauding by false pretense. And a sentence my part to 15 years in prison for all the 2 counts. It count beyond 15 years, but I be running concurrently. And I mean why na inform Captain Smart, but Captain Smart go pay more near TV on the 4th of July 2025. And can say Mama part sentence and 15 years, then 5 years on near judge lawyers. Akasa emo match judgment ni mu e de a kire no
Captain Smart, the king of
Ebonya me pass Endilesia ma betumi nya bukuduo ate bra men fa obe man tusu
15 years, Captain.
I need 15 years, 5 years.
Until 5 years.
Oh, judgment now. Okay, judgment. Then, me lawyer for me do. Now watch the much okay. I didn't hear a running concurrent.
Okay, since I chill.
Auntie, the ten say charge we your man in fear to do we.
Okay.
We your man in fear to do we count we your man in fear to do we. But who cried your final?
Okay.
Out of the 5 counts.
Okay.
Now, and 9 can now come buma. A year in fear do.
Okay, Bia
in fear to do
okay.
But judge do not need to ye.
Until the bulls
a year pass a judge a year, sir. Emma Minia Bano.
Until the bulls are
a year in fear do. Nemum a running concurrent.
All the counts.
A running concurrent. Say, Ocha 1 year. We try 1 year. We try 2 years. We try. But question is, say, when we appeal now, I'm far. Why never man a pardon?
Never say that.
I don't ask them.
Say, so man, penny or take when you're so to be ma, obia pardon.
And another statement I'm seeing, from Esther, and I say I'm here, Afia Schwar nigga, live on Thursday, 3rd of July 2025. I just not all suggest to say, about me say Judge Evelyn Asamoah out in a dream or circuit court no. I tell you no, they buy no, and find the coin so. And that statement to an extent can be labeled as a contempt. I'm not a judge, I'm not a lawyer, so I won't speak to that fact. But the first one can say, first of all, evangelists are a partner or your bad time. In the be a judge, and when the time move, and they be a judge, and 1 year be maybe a judge, this high judgment in a buyer. The toss me evangelists are part of the year, a misdemeanor. Why in a sentence will be 15 years for misdemeanor? Akwe ni maana fine. The toss me sir, evangelists are part or a first time offender. It's your sentencing guidelines.
Right. I be a judge. Once my menstruator, I am in any good mood. If not, what will warrant that sentencing? It doesn't make sense. No iota of sense. Prison is a punishment and reforming. Now, what by time the Mego feels so on 15 years? And I was saying, is this a case of what's in we young quarter time? And I said, Madam, guide the for Cochina, I'd rather Monkoya appeal on me. I dare say, and call for sorry, I got to collection one but dumb. Now then, one friend I may on Coco. At Agradaa, I saw them on also in 2 minutes a business card. I saw them at a forest bureau. Huh? Why are we encouraging foolishness in that country? Huh? What to make one sorry send me this care will be no one but one mammy. Now I saw them on the investment center. What the fuck? What's the again class for Uncle School? Yes, yeah. One Uncle School there where the Uncle School there. There is something called appeals court, where she has every right to appeal on Monday. And then I'm a catcher and say, "Mucho can make out." Musu mama ninye na asem see judge me no sorry not 10. I was sentenced to 10 days. There many kwa me plus mu nyina akwa TV so aka asem ye nyina akwa TV so aka asem agba mu nyina aka ho no mu nyina akwa 65,000 Ghana cedis na me Afia Schwar de me hu no mu suro minti no me kwada mu 10 days. Metia seven schedule pompo echere ewa akoshifu amotu ene me ni wo mu nyina ne emra wo Ghana you cannot make the law wo beto mra no what I say emra wo krom wo beto mra no enti wo ntimi mfa mra no intimidate wo biara there is something called appeal, and she will appeal it. This sentencing is childish. It's way out of. I don't want to say something to upset the courts. I am some fool. So I grant that for them 15 years. I mean, obedient 20 years. Me feel better. Now, but then Miss Dimina may do 5 years. No one money 15 years. Hey. Munya bia mubeyo. Ghana no say no. We are in a democratic country. There is guidance. America high one. What if the NCR Pop Daddy and Ra I'm finding not guilty on 3 charges. Guilty on 2 charges. I feel I'm study sentencing guidance. Your idea your friend of sentencing guidance. What to make class and for open and then they open first time offender I've got them 15 years because the way was she madam pay usi can be the ball but now when I say what to take government institutions and 1 year I've done a cancer get the fuck off.
I'm like it is good says she knows all these things but so we pay attention to the communication from Evangelist part the lawyer Richard Asaria. Obe who say omo kra no omo challenge yes to with their mama partner of course obi abeka say a hash and as human as they are they would say a hash but we pay attention to communication because we interviews on my from 4th of July 2025 or GH1 so e ho no mo hint here first so mo kwa appeal nyame aduma Monday no be start appeal but omo appeal no mo ko no e on the ground say why omo fa so convicted mama part no omo ka say judge no are overstepping the sentencing guidelines but rather they are challenging the conviction of mama parts and no more challenging.
That is very unfortunate.
Right. So you mentioned that you're filing processes. Are you doing that at the High Court? What court exactly are you doing that at?
We are doing so at the High Court because it's a circuit court that pronounced judgment.
Yes,
you have to
so
first go to the court.
Okay. And are you aware of where your client is currently?
Yesterday, she was sent to the police headquarters, and they were processing her to be sent to in Sawan prisons. So I'm sure that's what they are recommending.
So she's not there yet?
I can't tell for now. You see, it's a process. Once the court pronounced judgment, there are some internal document that has to be perfected before she will be remitted to the prisons.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Counsel. And even though we know that this is a very difficult time for you and your client, you say she's in high spirits. But then when you look at the law that, or the offense that she's said to have committed, it ranges between 10 and 25 years. And so others say that, well, the judge has been also considerate by giving her 15 years.
That question will not arise in the first place because we have problem with the conviction in the first place. Because if there's a video evidence and we are calling the identity of the complainants an issue, and the complainants are not.
And this is also the reason here. I find the comments of Captain Smart and I feel yes, sister, and I say, Mame, Afia Schwar a little bit out of place. Perhaps they are misinformed because on the 3rd of July, 2025. Just say go pay more court. Listen, I did my notes. My writing is not nice. What I say about way, Agradaa lawyer. I don't know if you can see where Agradaa lawyer, where a judge, where a prosecution, no, where Agradaa response or they buy him no more can't say me or tea, right? And this is what happened. Judge no, Emma Obia Kwais Obia Kasa di chatwano. It's my part lawyer sorry our Kasano. Ne kase chatwan sana judge ne sentence and ebano. And Rebecca say, Your Honor, more parts no, or a mother of 5. Nibo chato crano, or 3 years, Niba Penny, Clinton, or 24 years, no steady law. And I'm say, okay. This explains why it's our part, interested in law, and I say, be my part. How frequently the courts no, and a man who said, no, I was all my debut between my lawyer, be a lawyer for Edumano, and the fair, it's the back Clinton, steady law. And I, lawyer, ne catch a judge and say, my party, a mother of 5. Now, in Bayer. So sentence say mama parts and now so man sentence be a board unit as well. A be ha nkwala ni future. Into a be ya ma part no mobo. De to so biom and say hwe your honor ye sha asem yase. Ma part the court ya konya ba wa kwaba de bia be fra asem bia ma part ba. O ye sure say ma part kra no. Kwan ya wetwa no a che ni nyanse bi. Ama na sua ade afi court hono mo. Iti akwetwa na nko a ene asemi omodi ni 2 years and over legal fees ni ade ma part etua ne de kaka ho asem we ho no eno kra ne yesua de ma part no de to so biom ene se judge ne fa na ni nto se ma part no or congregation na sorry ma no omodan no ono ma part na ma sorry ma ne bi ema omudi enti se omuyi ma part efi society mu anasa sorry ni mu a ebe ha omudi pene on my part from my sorry no. The also be omne say charlatanic advertisement in the and no means demeanor. It's no dear judgment in the chair fine maximum. I was all the more part. It's a lupo there so fine my part. Ye ni asem bia aka ho. Nemom sentence no I be free court honor aba on the other charge. I want 2 counts while convicting my part of honor. And when I yes, I'll say, my dear Mugo. And when I yes, I'll say, my dear Mugo. Somebody, you go to Jenny. I will judge with him separate apart. When the first time on what the neighbor was, I won't be saying, it's yes, wrong. My dear Mugo. Santana judge now convicting my party. I can't saw the sentence. It's be kind class. I got the lawyer. I catch a judge and say, oh, judge did the near to Fmasha. Sa die ya mo charge my part wo hu from sa 2022 no be pim 2025 eh omo se my part a twen we fi sa no mani na ho say charlatanic advertisement o say ye de omo ka say defrauded by false pretense no enkofo kwa na dan my part no ka sa charge no eno no otena se e the prosecution so edu omo so omo sorry no no omo so omo say the evangelist part lawyers kan say mama part no where the first time omo di aba say yesterday Afia Schwar ka say where mama part the first time we be pm court no enti sa when the first time mama part the first time offender no mo kai judge ni say on the 17th of June in the year 2021 exactly 4 years ni omo convicted mama part say we operate TV station without license and our face no charlatanic advertisements omo the charging wo court no Emma omo convicted no odi ho for first no so onye guilty eche and o plead guilty and odi ho for mo fine no charlatanic advertisement ne kwa no omo fine ne 10,000 Ghana cedis omo case so odi 40 a obeka kodem and our first TV license there no so e wo ho no ma o kan ni na aboma sa particular court case no omo dey sa 2 charges about part no odi ho form mo fine 36,000 Ghana cedis. Into your kai your say charlatanic advertisement no e ka charge no mo di album apart and no ho. And it's a court need just to convict him apart. No the sentence abano. And the court never need to say and maybe a twemu 2021 my apart ye bi sa charlatanic advertisement no. Name on that time no and go wie say and go no a defrauding by false pretense. What's a prosecution they are so final? And a prosecution is also carried to us to say Seka evidence my part sentence somebody man no and mama convicting in 2021 say Kosia Dave man can must say 1 year after say charlatanic advertisement boo for ho na ya fine no 1 year after who you see charlatanic advertisement na e dey defraud the enconfor by false pretense. If the court no and as a judge never sentence emra e be send it, these are the exact words of the prosecutor. E be send it shivers down the spine of enconfor or mo ti say mama parts a ye nyan for mu be piem wo court. Eti emra prosecutor no e sorry ye e this how wild card ne be mu say mama parts ya convicted the pen no. The mama parts catch the lawyers e wo ho because at mama parts lawyers be so mo objective. And a prosecutor they say they be omo to ombo ase no can ase bi omo nya time ka omo de omo to ombo ase no can ase mi because e be me say na my part lawyers cry and kai say 2021 omo convict my part for a similar offense as charlatanic advertisement it omo who be a prosecution dey asem ne fa no and omo here say ko mba be kasa na prosecutor say they be omo twen no can ase mi it's a hono na my part cry ka che ni lawyers say na say no a TV license asem no eno no say a TV license asem no it's a small part crash so no na no if impo say sa case no na charlatanic advertisement e ka ho no more finding the 36,000 Ghana cedis but for the charlatanic advertisement no sa time no more finding 10,000 Ghana cedis. So that was a card that prosecution no a player or court on and also mo the two table no so or court and the court mama parts and obviously the lawyers no by surprise. It caught them by surprise. And how our prosecutor no presentee adieno say 2021 then is onkosia brief one and ko nya bibiom in 2022. 2021 then no lead to defrauding by false pretense amaya fa ma court. What I say? When you are there free muti no and at 2022 okoye here a lead to defrauding by false pretense. And it say one man the sentence be na say when you are there free mu or chine bi no kwa and hwa nem ko lead to another thing more than defrauding by false pretense. It's a chilling answer. Not sure for some answer. That was the prosecutor's argument. And what does the law say? Sentencing guidelines in the Afia Schwar. And okay, there are sentencing guidelines. And this is what the sentencing guidelines states. Say, charlatanic advertisements and a misdemeanor. But defrauding by false pretense, a second degree felony, and a misdemeanor. Senior Afia Schwar. And also be obeka to say misdemeanor bia obwa sa charge no enye misdemeanor. So here in 1960 Criminal Offences Act Act 29 right? Section 131 explaining defrauding by false pretense. See, a person who defrauds any other person by a false pretense commits a second degree felony. And also say obi and defraud obi by false pretense they find any panic guilty. E say any pano or liable to a term of imprisonment of not less than 10 years and not more than 25 years. It's not less than 10 years. No, say Captain Smart Ekano. There is no way the judge could have given more apart 5 years, and that's why Captain Smart lied. It's a lie. It's not true. Because a man say if I know be guilty of defrauding by false pretense, and also sentencing the panel to not less than 10 years and not more than 25 years. So first of all, omo prove here say my part and your first time offender. So the first time offender argument is out. Secondly, omo prove here say charge no and your misdemeanor. 18 evangelist apart and kasa lawyers and pleading for a fine for the second charge defrauded by false pretense no. Omo say judge no and go sentence no more. And a prosecution no reason any say judge ni good sentence no more and a judge no man 15 years. And this is where it gets interesting. A judge for no more no it's not as if say they don't know what they are about, like senior Afia Schwar man look here no, and nobody is excited say my part and the sentence no, but this is for educational purposes so that you don't make similar comment. Judge Evelyn Asamoah more de ni sentence in eba no. Okay, say first of all, say a case will be a first time offender, which evangelist apart any first time offender no. Eya na mafo be na misinterpret first time offender and say eya be a first time my nipa no edi saa bone no. Baby, a first time I hear chi nipa no for saa bone no. Eti nipa no betumi aye bone na ye chi no. Onye offender in the eyes of the Lord. But the first time I bet chi nipa no edi na ba ni ebe bua no for no. Nipa no be da the first time offender. So maybe mama parts could have gone through charlatanic advertisements in the past, done a lot. But the first time she was caught and convicted, no, makes her a first-time offender. This is a principle a judge, you know, mentioned your court on. So my part, second time, and was saying about court obium. But this time around, the end result of the charlatanic advertisement, you know, and then I'm so. Emma judge, you know, a quote Professor Stephen Ofe. In the book, I just want to the jurisprudence and legal philosophy. That book, you know, Professor Stephen Ofe, or a part of the book, you know, or can say, so be the ponibia. Whoa, so be the ponibia. Now say about the convicting the pana. Sometimes I will say consider public or more perception on bonina and nipane dino. Says how bonino public region saying. After so individual no ye involved in boneno, public ni who individual na saying. Public ni who individual na say. Or ye individual be all the time or this how boneno, but or to me get here away due to ebi and the ties be or war and answer the influence be a war. And now say be individual no this how boneno. Public who say we did bonena che. Na sa made yourself at say a china so. And now say be a public who say oh individual way there sa boni we one shada. And that's how bonny we own to me. Ni na no Professor Stephen Ofe our jurisprudence and legal philosophy mu. Sa book ni mu say affected judgment. It is sometimes some of my judgment I was so share side number way na and some will consider judgment. And when train a judge no as also a quote a portion of lawyer Daniel Crime the book I want to the criminal prosecution in Ghana said normally no say a sentence you be there are a lot of things to consider. One of the things to consider before I best sentence you be and they say in the panel quite of fast or did boneno. How crime na year convict in the was executed. And in this case, no, and they say, or she say, okay, a charlatanic advertisement in affairs ye convict to wohono. And no na wo sanso ye bium. Oh yes, a charlatanic advertisement no. Ekwo we say, we defraud nkofo. Through such charlatanic advertising because the say advert no mu hu ye and no ba sorry no and no ba sorry na we be see ye and a year convict wo ho. So you consider how the crime was executed. Say in nipa no or planning a premeditated crime and a nipa no committed this ano. So the judge gave all these references and some of the judgment and but small part and who say or a leader of an organization and our advertising here and o lead you omo so omo sorry e ho and o maba execute whatever I lead you say somebody dey charge no with defrauded by false pretense na judge no e dey sentencing no e buy. So these are the guidelines. Inti and amaka just my part lawyers I am very smart. Say omo challenge say omo kwa appeal for reduction of sentence any idea Dabi name omo kwa appeal the entire conviction of Mama Pat. Say how omo arrive here say Mama Pat is guilty for any of the charges no and no kwa challenge. I gossip 24. It is omo jo ma appeal ni tuma any be hu the be see chi. Na me ad watch na omo kwa appeal. But for all the other comments, these are the facts. So what's in common be we bia also be hu say ya obesi abo e di esi afa. Background.